right, Levi, so 1978, Barbecue 1 opens, 5,000 block of Kirby. 11 years later, much anticipated West Side location, Barbecue 2 opens. And then 20 years later, you step out there. I think most people thought there'd never be another Good Company barbecue, and open on the Northwest side. Why'd you open this new location?
Well, Mike, over the years, we had a lot of customers that have become friends that live this side of the country, I guess you could say. And I always liked this area, and when I was a student at Texas A&M, I'd always run up and down 290 going back and forth to school, and really thought this would be a good place a natural spot to open a new restaurant.
I've been here on my way out of town on Friday nights. I've been here on my way back into town on Sunday nights. It's always packed. The takeout business is packed. The inside business is packed. A lot of families, a lot of people having a good time. You've been surprised how quickly it's picked up?
Yeah, Michael, it's been, we've had a great reception from the community in the area, and really enjoy what we do and appreciate what we do, and we try to just keep it right day in and day out, and glad that they're coming out to see us.
All right, so if somebody is in town and they love the first barbecue, they love the one on the west side, they've never been to this location, tell them how to get here from coming from town.
All right, if you're coming from downtown, you hit 290 outbound. It's going to be about 16 miles from the Loop 610. You'll exit 1960. Through the intersection there, you'll see a 70-foot water tower with our name on it, and that's the landmark for our restaurant.
All right, and if you're headed inbound from Austin because you got to get your Good Company fix, how do you get here?
If you're heading inbound, you're going to exit Highway 6 coming inbound. Just make a quick U-turn underneath the freeway, and Good Company Barbecue will be right up on your right-hand side.
Okay, let's talk about, you're on the northwest side, the place is packed, obviously it's been a big hit, but there is a Good Company brand that in the barbecue business is probably as strong a brand as I've ever seen. I mean, when people talk about Good Company, they salivate and they smile. Why is it that that brand is so powerful, and how do you preserve that for a new location like this? Because, you know, unlike other people, you can't just open in a big box. You can't just open at the end of a strip center. It's a special thing. So tell me about how you go about, this was a ground up, but it doesn't look like. It looks like it's been here a long time, and how you fill this place up.
Well, Michael, first and foremost, we're Texans. I'm a fifth-generation Texan. It's a lifestyle for us. It's a way of life. It's not just a concept-driven restaurant. It's something that is very personal to us, and we take a lot of pride in doing. And it's all the things that you'll see on the wall here at 290 and all the rest of our locations are things that we enjoy collecting and have collected over many years. This particular location has some stuff in it that we've owned for over 20 years. Travel all over the state and Midwest to collect some of this unique stuff that we have on the walls. And really, it's a lifestyle where it's an extension of who we are as a family, and we're glad to pass that on.
It seems like every time I talk to you, you're on a buy-in trip. You're in Arizona, you're in Wyoming, you're in Montana, you're in Round Top. You're somewhere looking for Old West stuff to put in your restaurants. Is it that you love to take the trip and then you got to put it somewhere, or is it that you're looking for that special thing to put on the walls?
You know, a lot of this stuff that we come across, we don't know what we're looking for when we go out to find it, but once we see it, whatever it may be, something that we can't live without, and figure out how to get it and put it to use and share things we like with the public. So we're glad to be able to do that.
All right. Well, on our website, TexasTime.com, we're going to post some incredible video. In a minute, we're going to go into the kitchen because I know people want to see exactly how that product comes to be, how it makes it to our plate and down our gullet. But first, let's talk about the walls here, the location here, the things in here. And at least for the radio show, it's theater of the mind, but we'll show you the video for those who haven't been here. Walk me through and just kind of show me some of the pieces and explain why they're there.
I guess to start with, Michael, let me tell you a little bit about our walls here in our Good Company Barbecue on 290. We wanted a nice backdrop to hang some of our decorations that we've collected over the years. And so we were able to locate an old farmhouse outside of Waco. that was about 120 years old. We were able to disassemble it and reclaim all the interior wood paneling.
Now, how does that come about? Did you put the word out, hey, I got a new location, but I'm not buying brand new. I want an old building. I want the soul of that. How'd you find that?
You know, there's one lady that I've dealt with that's outside of Austin that deals with all sorts of rural type structures, and she disassembles them, and this particular house outside of Waco is a perfect fit for what we wanted to do. And so we were able to harvest that wood and reclaim it and use it for our interior walls here at 290.
All right, keep going.
And so really all the decorations on our walls are things that my father and I have collected over the last 20 years. This is, as you said earlier, it's the first barbecue place we've opened in 20 years, and so we wanted to make sure that it was right, and we're able to continue what we have at our other two restaurants in the way of decorations and what we show our public.
Jim Goode went from a graphic artist to a legend in Houston and in Texas. You know, sending his barbecue to the Queen of England and sending it to Spain. The mayor of Houston, on a trip to Europe in the 80s, had to bring a gift from Houston and chose Good Company Barbecue. I think that's a pretty big honor. You seem to preserve, obviously he's still involved, you seem to preserve Jim Goode's involvement in here, even though you're the day-to-day guy. Tell me about that, meaning that his role in these restaurants in your life.
You know, Michael, I was 3 years old when we first opened our original barbecue place on Kirby in 1977. As I mentioned earlier, it's a way of life for us. It's something that is not just about a concept. It's more about extending a part of our brand and our family's name, and making sure that we're proud of that food that we're putting out on the plate. And it was something that was instilled to me by my father, and he's always been a perfectionist, and I'm glad to be in a position to be able to carry that on.
All right, we're going to go into the kitchen in just a moment, but first, just pick a couple of things off the wall and tell me why they're there. We're talking to Levi Goode, owner of Good Company Restaurants.
In this display case I have here, got a couple. Talked my dad out a couple pair of his custom boots that we have on display that he's gotten made over the years, and so that's always something neat to me, and glad that we can show that to some of our customers. In the far corner there of our dining room, I have an original Pony Express saddle that you can take a look at, and it's still got the mail slots there. You can see just below the saddle horn where they would store the mail running from one post office to the other, and so everything here's got a story. The walls are covered, as you can see, from floor to ceiling, and now it's time to start going and looking for some more stuff, because we've kind of exhausted everything we had in inventory we collect over the last 20 years. So, what's your favorite piece, or your wife's favorite piece, that's up on these walls? It may not mean anything to anyone else, but it means something to you. Oh, you know, we have some family pictures on the walls, kind of spread out around our dining room here, and we also have a room called the Jim Goode Grand Prize Room that has a whole wall of family photos from the early days to current of us barbecuing and grilling, and just some neat stories and memories on that.